Hello Virgo, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship in the past. For others of you, this could be a current relationship. This could also be for some of you who find yourselves in a situationship. A small portion of you could be feeling a very intense connection with this individual, but no one's really speaking up. The energy is very different from other readings that I've done this upload. This is good energy. Love. All right. Quite nice. We do have just about 2 cards here that are dark and dreary. We have Embracing the Shadow, which is also, I would say, almost half of a dark and gloomy kind of card. But we also have Doubt as well as Grief. So grief is huge. That does show a lot of upsetness, depression even. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. So we have here, first card's the strongest. We have Mystery. This is my special card. It's a past life spiritual card, but it could also be a future life that you may be scheduled to have, and that may sound a little weird for you guys, but that's basically either you have a past life or you haven't had that happen yet, either in this lifetime or maybe it may be scheduled for a next life. And that's simply a connection between the souls. The souls know each other. The souls recognize each other. So this is a soul connection. Some of you may be twin flame soulmates or karmic partners. The next card we have here is Selfhood. After that, we have Play, Mothering, Doubt, Grief, Love, Justice. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have Embracing the Shadow. Now, Virgo, this is a very jam-packed reading. You have a lot of different emotions here, but it's good because there's a lot of information. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Virgo, there's something about you that I find very unique, very special. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. I feel that maybe you and I have a spiritual bond, a connection. Sometimes I wonder why it is that you are in my life. Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Or why not far into the future? Was there a reason? Are we meant to be together? I question the heavens now, and I ask the universe why. Because in you I have found somebody who I feel is like family. I feel at home with you. I feel as if I've known you from before. And I feel comfortable. Sometimes when you're not there, I can feel your presence. And sometimes I can just smell your scent, even though you're not in the room. And sometimes I just dream of you. And those dreams just feel so real. I'm not sure what it is that is between us that is so strong, but it's some type of hidden force that brings my heart closer to yours. But it also scares me because it's too intense. I see you as somebody who has moved on. You have reacted to the actions that I have taken, and you have changed. You are no longer the same. A long time ago, I knew who you were. I figured you out. And I was able to have you in my life. But then things changed. And now you have changed too. Because of the things that I have said and done. And all of the things that I never said that I should have. All of that changed you. Now I see you as somebody who does not need anyone. Perhaps you never needed anyone before, but I now feel that you are more self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent. I can't even approach you anymore. I also feel that in this connection, there is this defensiveness. You have grown defensive. You are defensive. Why? Because of the things that I have put you through. You've changed. And it's hard for me to reignite this flame that once burned brightly. I find it difficult. I just can't do it. Because I no longer know you. You're not the same person. You've changed. And I understand why you changed. You changed because of me. Because of the things that I put you through. I do feel that you are my best friend. There's certain things about you that will never change, and certain things that I feel about you that will never change. I know you are someone who is very vibrant, young. There's something about you that just makes me feel vibrant again, young again, alive again. It's hard for me to ignore that. With you, I see mischief in your eyes, and a part of me just simply wants to play and have fun. I have experienced this before. Only with you, though. But now, there's nothing. And now, I miss it. I also know that you have always been this person who has unconditional love. You have always been compassionate, caring, loving, protecting. Always providing. And I do consider you my best friend, my confidant. But because of the things that I've done, Virgo, I now have doubts. There's doubts. A lack of faith and a lack of trust. And I grieve over this now. Because I know the things that I did were wrong. The things that I did, the way that I treated you. The way that I just led you on. It was too much. I never really kept my promises. I wasn't as reliable as I should have been. And I do feel this loss, that I have lost you. there's this feeling of abandonment. I feel as if I abandoned you, but now I feel abandoned. It's a strange feeling. You may not see it that way. A part of me misses the old us. And a part of me knows that that probably can never happen again. That's why I doubt. There is sadness, melancholy. There is doubt. And there's a feeling of guilt that I have on the inside. I feel all of this pain, this heartbreak, this hurt that I caused you, but I feel it too now. And I realized I only care because I do love you. This love that I feel on the inside, it is true, it is sacred, it's pure, it's real. And a part of me now just wants to take a step back and finally, once and for all, make things right. I need to make things right. There has to be an equal give and take in this connection. All this time there's only been taking and taking, never any giving. But if I want things to be equal, I need to make a difference. I need to make that change. I need to be more fair and just. And not just keep taking and taking, but also giving. Because you love me, and I do love you. Overall, so much has happened between us, Virgo. I can't even explain. I know that you have seen a part of me that's been very impulsive, compulsive, and aggressive. A part of me that I never really wanted you to see. That is a part of me that is very dark, the shadowy part. And I am who I am, and it's very difficult for me to change who I am. If you could accept me the way that I am, that would make me happy, but I don't know if you can. Because that part of me is very dark. Now, it's hard for me to reach out to you, it's hard for me to talk to you because the situation is very awkward between us. There's a lot of this strange, awkward feeling. Not only that, but everything feels quite uncomfortable now. Before it was okay, but things have changed. They no longer feel the same. For now, even though I see you at a distance, my heart still wants to speak with you, to talk to you. And for now, in my mind, I stay in this trance-like state where I know that I've seen you before. I know that I've been with you before. I just can't put my finger on it. Were we together in another lifetime? Do I know you spiritually? Maybe I do. All right, Virgo. It's a map and it's all over the place. There is past life feelings here. They feel that it's very difficult to approach you. You have this aura of being single and ready to mingle. You might not be, but this is how this person views you. And that actually becomes a little intimidating. They don't know how to approach you because now it's like they're not the only choice. You have many other people that may be interested in you. That scares them. The one good thing about what I see here is this Justice card. Your person of interest actually wants to make things right. And it is the last card. It doesn't mean it's the last thing on their mind, but it still means that it's something important, right? The first thing on their mind right now is the fact that this is an overwhelming situation where they feel it's a very spiritual connection. It's a really strong connection. They have this feeling This is also why they have unconditional love for you. You may also have this too, if this is the case. And I do see the majority of you having this, being a spiritual connection, either your soulmates, karmic partners, or twin flames. But when you have that sort of a connection with an individual, there's usually unconditional love that comes along with it, because it's double the love, double the pain. It's love from this lifetime, and it's love from another lifetime. And even the pain, it hurts more than usual. For some of you, if you're interested, I do past life readings. Not only are they sometimes past life, but in the odd occasion, you may have a situation where it is a future life reading, where the both of you are not scheduled to be together yet, but it's written spiritually in fate and destiny for you to be together. Could be 100 years from now, 500 years from now. But that's literally like 4% of my readings. The majority of them are all past life readings. All right. Let's have a look here. You can always have a look on my website, and there I have the packages, and there I also have all of the details. Here I have the Lover's Path Tarot. Okay. Coming right out. So, oh boy. Interesting. Queen of Arrows, and we have Power. This is a huge card. It really does have a lot of meaning. So, for those of you who are new, the first set of cards I just read, that is the current status. What is it that your person of interest is feeling right now? Now, here, this is in the past. I like to read these in the past, and I also read these in the reverse. So in the past, meaning when things were going great, everything was going uphill, it was fine, but then all of a sudden, something just changed. Everything just kind of collapsed and all went downhill. So what happened? This is for those of you that may never have received the closure that you needed. You may have been ghosted. This person may have faded over time. They may have abandoned you. The communication is quite less. And you may be still wondering, are we even together? Where is this headed? Because especially when there's lack of communication, and if they breadcrumb you, and if they just reach out to you once in a while, it is extremely confusing. And I personally feel it is a waste of your time. So it's good to find out. Here, this is only 2, right? These are just only 2 cards, but hopefully this will provide you with a little bit more understanding what's going on in their heart and in their mind. We have here the Queen of Arrows and Power. So I will be reading this in the reverse. With the Queen of Arrows, it talks about how this may symbolize loss or wounds despite good intentions. Sharp words that wound people and affect relationships. Psychological or emotional manipulation. Now, it does appear that your person of interest, 2 things. This card actually represents 2 things. Either they were doing this to you, or they feel that you were doing this to them. Either way, somehow in this connection, there was psychological and emotional manipulation. This person somehow feels that you did this to them, and truly, Virgo, some of you might have, some of you might not have. Some of you may have gotten your way when you had requested something, but you may not know that they were thinking that that is what manipulation is. You may have simply just been wanting to get something or doing something your way, and you got your way. But somebody may misinterpret that and think of it as you being manipulative. Here, we also have sharp words. So in this connection, somebody here, your person of interest, may have actually been very snappy. They may have said some like swearing and curse words and nasty things to you. But whatever happened, it literally was so sharp that it hurt more than a sword, more than an arrow. And these sharp words, they ruin relationships. Here, it also talks about a lack of wisdom and a lack of honesty. So there was lack of wisdom when it comes to matters of the heart. This is what they felt. Now, they themselves were like this. They lacked wisdom in terms of, in matters of the heart, but they also have a lack of self-knowledge. They were not very brilliant when it came to writing and speaking. So it does appear that your person of interest here was not wise. And when they're not wise, that means also that they may be asking others for help. They may be consulting with others for advice and things like that, getting more information. Here we also have power. So remember, you're dealing with somebody already who does not have a lot of wisdom. With the power card, it talks about how your person of interest was under the leadership of another. They were very much responsible for many things, but they were irresponsible. And there was some type of authority that's governing them. Here it talks about oppressed by another's power and authority. So when things started to go downhill for you, Virgo, your person of interest was under another's power and authority. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be society, it could be beliefs, customs, rituals. It could also be parents, somebody who's living with their parents and somebody who is under the rule of someone else. You may be living with somebody and they have some rules there. So you can't break those rules because you don't have a choice. You're kind of stuck in the situation. Sometimes I've seen this card also represent organizations, meaning the both of you may be working together, but you're not allowed to date. Somebody here may be, for example, in the military. One is on one side of the country and the other person's completely on the opposite side of that country. And there's no way of getting a transfer in order to be close. That sort of a thing. So it's a power, but the power doesn't have to be from a person. It can also be from an organization. So here, there's definitely something that is controlling your person of interest. Now, either you know this or maybe you don't know this. The power could also be a partner. It could also be a spouse if this is a third-party situation. So your person of interest here definitely did not have freedom. That's for sure. Not only that, but they were deemed and considered like someone that does not have a lot of wisdom either. So if they don't have wisdom, somebody else may also have just taken the lead and say, you know, you don't have much wisdom. Let me be the leader here. I will take care of everything. I'll be in charge. Now, the problem with somebody else being in charge also means that they are now having the sort of leadership and authority over your person of interest. So this is something that was going on that you perhaps were unaware of. They may not have told you. It's almost embarrassing, actually. This is something embarrassing. People don't like telling others that they have an authority figure on top of them, controlling them in a way. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. Let's have a look. So this is any action, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. Let's have a look. Six of Pentacles. Interesting. Followed by Strength. Very good. Hermit. Even better. Very nice. Ooh, we got the Devil card. So we have three major arcanas, one after the other. Very nice. And we also have here the Ace of Swords. So, interesting. Six of Pentacles. Your person of interest has finally taken a step back and they have decided to make a decision. The decision that they're making is whether or not they should move forward in this connection or not. What they are going to decide is yes, they are going to move forward. This is somebody that wants to take you out. They want to spend a little bit of money on you. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, something like that. And just have a good time. With the Six of Pentacles, it also talks about how a lot of thought has been put into this. And eventually they have made a choice between you and something else, or you and someone else. And here they see you as somebody who has lost it all. And they almost feel compassionate, so they want to rush in and basically sweep you off your feet. Some of you may not want that, and that's fine. But this is something that they're now feeling. With this feeling, they're finally starting to gain that strength, that courage that they needed. Before, they had lost it. But now they're finally starting to become a bit more bolder and they want to reach out to you with the Strength card. Here we also have the Hermit. Now, at some point in time, they are going to have a lot of courage and strength, very confident. And before they weren't, right? There was a lack of wisdom. They were under the rule of someone else. So there was not a whole lot of strength before, but now they feel that. So they're going to be releasing themselves from that sort of an environment or from that energy. And so eventually, what are they going to do? After they reach out, they're actually going to get into a little bit of hermit mode. Now, this is interesting. What I'm seeing here is they have a lot of intention, but the physical outreach might not be there yet. I don't see that yet. They may reach out to you in terms of just letting you know that, they're around, they're there, but that's just the courage. It's not actually, the person's not actually taking any action. I don't see that in that way. The Hermit card, however, it's a good card, but it also talks about after they feel that courage, they are in recluse. Once again, they are going to now, I'm getting the word resign, but not really resign, but almost like retire into this quiet mode. So they're going to become a hermit for a little bit of time, okay? This person is self-contemplating. They're forcing themselves into isolation, into loneliness. They are detaching themselves from the everyday world in order to regain balance. So what they know, what they want, is to understand more, is to have more wisdom. Remember, they didn't have wisdom before, but now they want more wisdom. The questions they'd be asking themselves is like, why do I do the things that I do? Why did I treat Virgo like this? How could I have done this to Virgo? How can I make things better? How can I release myself from the burdens and restrictions that are around me? Now, this is very important because they feel that they need to heal before they even reach out to you. There's another issue that they're dealing with, though. This is an obsessive feeling, inner turmoil and obsession. And this is what they feel for you. They feel the sexual obsession. They are completely charged with this feeling and they want to be with you passionately. But there's a whole lot of lust and passion too involved with this. Almost to the point where it may also be toxic for some of you, not all of you. It also talks about fear and paranoia, where this may lead to, right? What is going to happen in the end? Not only that, but this can also talk about how in this connection you can't live with them and you can't live without them. It's difficult to be with them. It's too intense. And when you're far apart, again, it's just too intense. This is an actual special spiritual connection. And even though there's distance, it just really hurts. And it gets to the point where if you're close together, it just spins out of control. So where is that middle ground, right? How do you find that? And that is where the wisdom comes in. That is why your person of interest, finally, they are in this hermit mode, and that is a perfect card to have in any reading. Hermit's really good. For me, I've experienced that. I've seen that happen. Hermit really leads to good things. So it's good that you have that. And this talks about a lot of self-reflection. Now, the overall arching theme we have here is a very logical card. Your person of interest here wants to cut to the heart of the matter. They want to talk about certain things, but in a very brilliant way, with wisdom and logic. They want to make sense of certain things that perhaps did not make sense before. It also talks about making decisions rationally, logically, but also leaving emotions unconsidered. Now, in a way, that's not good because we are talking about emotions. We're talking about love here. So it's not going to work with just logic and being rational. That won't work. However, your person of interest here is trying their best to not just be so emotional about this thing, but about this connection, but also have this logic behind it too. It's rationale. So I'm seeing somebody here who wants to be in the connection, but they also need to almost like convince themselves. Why am I here? Why should I be here? How can I be a better person? How could I actually have a long-term committed connection with this person and not screw things up? Because I do see that here with the Strength, with the Hermit and the Devil. There's a lot of self-reflection, but there's also progress. But the overall arching theme is wanting to cut to the heart of the matter. What is the actual problem? But thinking about things in a very logical and critical, like critical thinking, problem solving sort of way. It's not anything that's just wishy-washy. It's not something that is being thought of in a very emotional sort of manner. This person is thinking like this entire relationship is almost like an equation. All right, guys. Let's have a look what the angels have to say about this one. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right, first card's the strongest. We have here abundance. Followed by yes. Very positive card. Then we have success. Oh my goodness, that's excellent. Good. Very nice. After that, we have take action. Then we have helpful people. Get more information. And romance. The overall arching theme we have here, no. So there's two things with the no card here, and I'll get into that after I get into these cards. So we have here abundance. There are certain things, Virgo, in the coming days that are going to occur, and you're going to be receiving either, this could be actually monetary abundance, could be actual money or abundance coming to you in that way. But abundance can also be prosperity, growth, happiness, freedom, right? This is something that talks about those things that cannot be bought, right? This is love. This is the abundance of love. And I do see it being, it's coming to you in terms of like a shower, like it's showering upon you. That's really good. And we do have here, yes, with an exclamation mark. We have success with an exclamation mark. Yes, there is going to be abundance. Yes, there's going to be success. Take action. When? When you take out the time, Virgo, to talk to a few people. Here, there are some helpful people. Now, here's where it kind of splits into two different stories, okay? There are certain people that you may get information from, and these individuals are going to give you the right kind of advice. They're going to, you have here, get more information from helpful people. So you can get more information from these people. These are people that do love you. They do care about you, right? And they have an invested interest. They want to see you happy. They want to only see the best for you. Now, these individuals, maybe 2 or 3, maximum 4 people, could be friends, family members. These individuals will be giving you good advice. One of the issues here, however, with this no card, is some people might not be the right people that you are speaking with or to. Here we have, sometimes there's no helpful people, and sometimes there are helpful people, but then we have no, meaning that they actually might be enemies in disguise, right? This could be a friend who you think is a friend, but they're actually backstabbing you. And getting more information from people like them may also start to create problems within your relationship, within this connection. Some people here, it's being advised no, because some people here may also be very jealous of you. They may be spreading gossip. They may know a lot about you, and they're just causing, the evil eye and negativity. They're sending your way. So there's two things here, guys. Be very careful. If you feel even a hint of jealousy from somebody, honestly, just start to keep your distance from that person, because no matter what you say or do, they're still going to be sending you negative vibes, and we don't want that. Here you also have romance. This is a spiritually based romantic connection. You already had the card before. This is double confirmed. You guys, hands down, have a spiritual connection with this person. You have had some type of history with this individual. And that's why it's so difficult to move forward in this connection. It's difficult to let go of this connection. Sometimes you feel a little obsessed in this connection. And that is simply because of the type of relationship that the both of you have on a spiritual level. It's very intense. This means you guys have history together. The history doesn't have to be only in the past. It could also be something that is going to happen many years from now, either in this lifetime or the next. And that is on a soul level. I do past life readings. Some of you know. Have a look on my channel. I do love readings as well. Some of you ask that in the comments. And I do talk about the special kind of relationships you may have on a spiritual level. Virgo, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do read the comments and I do try to answer as much as I can. Also, I wanted to mention that for those of you that are interested, I do have readings that are still available. You can order a past life reading. There are some readings that I have on, well, there's one reading that I have on negative energy. So if you do feel that you have any sort of negative energy, especially, those type of people that may be jealous, feel free to place an order for the chakra checkup package. And I do have the ability of scanning remotely in your home, around your aura, and inside of your body how many negative energies you have. This actually includes jinns, demons, and evil spirits, as weird as that sounds. They do exist, and there is a method that I've created for you to get rid of them from that state. And from there, you can then easily manifest whatever is owed to you in your book of life, whatever is written karmically for you. It will come to you. But it can't come to you if you do have negative energies around you. And sometimes, just like yourself or just like Crosswatcher, if there's negativity around you, negative people around you, those negative things can actually jump off from them and onto you at a moment of weakness of yourself when you are weak. We don't know when this happens, but they can pile up over time. So do have a look at that. And if you feel you don't want something so intense, you can always get a very general package, which is the Holy Light package. That is a self-help guide, and it is a very general kind of package that I've created. So it does get rid of everything, but the other one, which is a chakra checkup one, I do give you a personalized reading, and I tell you what you have, and I tell you how to get rid of them. Now, I also wanted to mention that I have another channel, Asnointia Audio, on YouTube. For those of you who are new, the link is below. And on that channel, I have some videos on relationship-related advice, spiritual connections, past life and spiritual connections. Have a look at some of those videos. It will make sense to you. And you'll realize you're not alone. No, you're not going crazy. You are not. It is a very intense connection and it's very rare, but it does happen. We also have one more video on that channel, and it is what and who are negative energies, how to recognize and remove. So please do have a look at that too. That channel it's been created by me so that I can help you guys. Many of the scenarios are things that I've seen like repeatedly. Everybody goes through it. And so I sometimes just decide to use that as a topic. And so then I create content. All right, Virgo. Let me know, like I said in the comments below, if any of this has resonated. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again. Take care, stay safe, and thank you for supporting the channel. All right, guys. Bye.